I think it's important to point out that this problem did exist prior to Obama.
Sure.
Where he stumbled is, and it's really surprising to me because he is the hope monger. He's such a great orator, and he has to set the tone of confidence here, and he just hasn't done it to this point.
Well, that's it. Al, was he maybe not talking up the economy? Some people say he was actually talking down the economy in order to sell a stimulus bill. Was there too much of that going on the first couple of weeks?
I think probably so, but I think in him talking down the economy, he was also helping the American people manage their expectations. And like I said before, we need to inject back into the American people, trust and confidence in the markets and in our corporations. And I think also the announcement today that, the Fed Chair Bernanke also announced that he sees the recession ending by the end of the year is also giving confidence once again, and that's why you're seeing the market rally.
Victoria, there is that balance. You don't want to lie. You have to be straightforward to the public, but at the same time, you have a bully pulpit, and you can talk to the question of fear. How has he been doing in managing fear in this economy?
Yeah, I think he was a bit of a disappointment in that respect. Rod was right. He came in on this message of hope, and then he really, sucked the wind out, the small wind out of our sails, and I think stoked a little bit of fear. And I think it's partly he sees it at this crisis as an opportunity to pass a lot of legislation that the Democrats have been wanting to pass for a long time. But that also brings a lot of uncertainty to the market.
Right.
And so you see sectors like healthcare getting hit because all of a sudden the rules could change.
Well, I want to go to Nick Ragone.
I think he has to focus on the crisis at hand.
Nick, I want to go to you finally because FDR, I have a lot of problems with the New Deal. I think a lot of the socialism that was going on there was bad and wasn't helpful for recovery, but nobody I know of dealt with that issue of fear, tackling it head on better than FDR.
Well, he dealt with it in his inauguration speech. His inauguration speech, nothing to fear but fear itself. He inspired people. I think Obama tripped up the first 3 or 4 weeks. He was talking down the economy. I think he found himself in his State of the Union speech. He seemed a little bit more hopeful. I think a lot of this is the Tim Geithner effect. I think people don't have confidence in him. Every time he's in front of Congress, the market drops. I think there's a lot of uncertainty around Treasury.
The irony, of course, was when he was picked, all Wall Street said he's the best person.
And he could, he had the tax problem. He doesn't have a team, and he looks nervous.
All right, that's got to be the last word. No fighting in hockey? Say it isn't so. It's time for Buy, Sell, or Hold. We take the names and stories in the news. We treat them as if they're stocks. Would you buy them, sell them, or hold them? Well, fights, they happen all the time during hockey games. A lot of people go for the fights, but believe it or not, some NHL general managers want to eliminate fighting during hockey games. The league's spring meeting is taking place in Florida this week, and there are options, believe it or not, on the table to help protect players and keep them safe. In other words, rules may be put in place to make fighting penalties so severe it would virtually eliminate the fisticuffs. Peaceful hockey, Nick Ragone.
Sell. That's the whole point of going. Watch a fight.
I don't know if it's the whole point, but it's a big part of it.
So they want to make it boring, is what you're saying.
Another sell.
No, I'm going to say sell because it's like watching the WWF. That's the reason why you go to the hockey.
Victoria, the boys here say it's a sell. What do you say?
I say it's a buy.
Oh, such a girl, such a
gender division here.
Join the boys.
Come on, Victoria.
I saw that little boy clapping, and they were fighting. And,
Victoria,
just
of course it's a sell. Victoria, I love you, but you're wrong. And the scoreboard says Victoria's right or wrong. Oh, they're not fighting with either one of us. They're not. Oh, come on. The monkeys aren't taking a stand on this one.
They're very
So happy birthday, Barbie. The doll turns 50 this week. My wife hates this doll. And according to Mattel, 3 Barbies are sold somewhere every second, and sales total $1.5 billion a year. And by the way, if you have one of the original 50 Barbies, it's worth more than $27,000. So Barbie at 50, buy, sell, or hold.
A double buy. Look how great she looks at 50. I hope you look great at 50.
She's a plastic doll.
She still looks great.
She doesn't
looks
age.
fantastic.
And I'll take the pun a step further. She's 50 years old. That's great plastic surgery.
Another buy. Al, buy, sell, or hold.
No, I'm going to say a sell. I'm going to say a sell because I would hope that, we could find somebody with, one of the 50 and make $27,000. So I'm going to raise a little cash.
All right. One sell. Victoria, what do you say? Buy, sell, or hold?
Oh, I give it a buy. I think it does look like she's had plastic surgery, by the way.
All right. All right. By the way, I'm going to defer to my wife. I'm going to give my wife a sell on this. My wife always hates it. I'm just doing this for you, MC.
And you would never be caught playing with Barbies.
Scoreboard.
He must be in the doghouse.
Scoreboard, what do you say? Buy, sell, or hold? No more after this one. A buy. All right. Well, a signed softcover copy of the first Harry Potter book has just sold for $19,000 at a Dallas auction house. I would have thought it had been more. The 97 book was one of 200 published in the UK as Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. The winning bidder is a comic book collector from Dubai. The Harry Potter collectible, buy, sell, or hold.
Sell. I would have thought it went for more, but
I agree.
I don't get that.
I don't get it either, Rod. Buy, sell, or hold.
I'm actually being serious here. I think it's a sign of the economy that it only went for 19,000.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'll buy, sell, or
Why
hold.
am I contrary to everybody? You know what? I'm going to say hold.
Good to be
I'm
contrary.
going to give a hold. I'm going to give a hold on that because I think things are going to turn around here, and that's going to be some good property to have.
Victoria, buy, sell, or hold in this Harry Potter book.
Yeah, I give it a sell. I agree. I would have thought it went for more.
I got to say a
Times are
sell,
tough.
too. I would have thought they would have been a lot more than that. Scoreboard, buy, sell, or hold on the $19,000.